Ad-Darsul Ashir. This is about Ismu Tafdil. Ismu Tafdil. Ismu at-Tafdil. Ismu is noun. Tafdil, okay, Tafdil is basically comparison. So you want to compare between one person, between two person, or between three and above. So it is the comparative and also superlative. So how do we say it's comparative? How do we compare between two or between many? So what is the word that we should use and what is the form? So this lesson will also involve the use of wazan. Okay, it is also involving the use of wazan. Okay, let us look at the examples. Okay, but remember the term is called ismu tafdil. Ismu tafdil, then comparison. Look at al-jumla fi majmu'ah alif. Majmu'ah ula, wahid. Baitu Khalid, Baitu Khalidin ba'idun. Baitu Khalidin ba'id. Baitu Khalid bermakna the house of Khalid. Khalid's house is ba'id. Ba'id bermakna is far. Baitu Khalid ba'id. That is about the house of Khalid. Al-an wa Baitu Uthman ba'id, and Bait Uthman is also ba'id. Baitu Uthman ba'id. So here the focus is on the word ba'id. So here, since you are not comparing between the house of Khalid and the house of Uthman, so we just use the normal word for far, which is ba'id. Okay, we don't change anything. Baitu Khalid ba'id, Baitu Uthman ba'id. Jumlah thalitha, the third jumlah, wa Baitu Umar. Al-an, the house of Umar. Ba'idun aidan, also ba'id, is also ba'id, is also far. So again, for jumlah tu thalitha, we don't compare anything. So we just state that Omar's house is also ba'id, is also far. Okay, so for the first three sentences, there is no comparison at all. So we use the word ba'id. Okay, now if you look at number 4, sentence number 4. Lakinna baita Uthman ab'adu min baiti Khalid. Lakinna baita Uthman, but the house of Uthman. Now they want to compare between the house Baitu Uthman wa Baitu Khalid. They want to compare Baitu Uthman and Baitu Khalid, whose house is farther. So here they say Baitu Uthman ab'adu min Baiti Khalid. You notice the word ab'adu, from the word ba'id they change to ab'adu. So here it is not far anymore, it is farther than the house of Khalid. So now they compare between the two. So when you want to compare between two things, so you have to change from ba'id to this pattern. Okay, ab'adu. We will see what is the wazan. Okay, after this, we will have to change from ba'id to ab'adu. That is number 1. Number 2, you need to use min after that. So we say ab'adu min is farther than. Ab'adu min. Okay, so this is our lesson today. How to change from ba'id to ab'adu min. Okay, so this is to compare between two. Okay, now the last jumlah, al-jumlatul akhira. Yes. Okay, sorry for that. We continue. Wa baitu Umar ab'adul buyut, and the house of Umar is the farthest of these houses. Yes, so you notice here we still use the same word ab'adu without the word min. Okay, so that is what happened to the word ba'id. So ba'id we change to ab'adu. Okay, that is one example. We look at example number 2. Example number 2, al-jumlatu thaniyah sayyaratu Muhammadin kabiratun. This should be kabiratun. Please correct this. Sayyaratu Muhammadin kabira. Sayyara Muhammad, the car of Muhammad. Muhammad's car is kabira. Kabir, it's big. Wa al-an, so our focus is on the word kabir. Wa sayyara Ibrahim kabiratun. Sayyara Ibrahim also kabir, is also big. Kabir, the same word, no change because we don't compare anything. Wa sayyaratu Yusuf kabiratun aidan. Sayyara Yusuf, Yusuf's car, kabir aidan, also kabir. So for these 3 sentences, no comparison at all. But sentence number 4, now we want to compare. Walakin sayyarata Ibrahim akbar min sayyarati Muhammad. But the car of Ibrahim's car is bigger. So now from the word kabir we change to akbar. Akbar. Kabir becomes akbar. And since you compare between two objects, then we need the word min. Akbaru min. Akbaru min sayyara Muhammad. Bigger than the Muhammad's car. Okay, this is the word. And al-jumla wal-jumlatul akhira wa sayyaratu Yusuf akbaru sayyarat. The sayyara of Yusuf is the biggest among these cars. So his is the biggest. Akbaru as-sayyarat. So again, you use this word akbar, but this time without the word min. Okay, so this is what is called the ismu at-tafdil. So ismu at-tafdil is referring to this abad and also akbar. Okay, that is number one about ismu at-tafdil. So now we want to learn how do you change from an ordinary adjective, kabir, ba'id, saghir, for example. You want to change it to comparative and superlative form, akbar and also ab'ad. Okay, so let us look at the sharh. Look at the qaida. Asharhu, the sharh, the explanation says, either, sorry, this should be iza, not aza. This should be iza. Should be iza. Okay, wait here.
Ustaz tak dengar.
Hey, sorry, I forgot to turn on the mic. Okay,
Ustaz.
sorry. Okay, let me repeat. Iza ta'ammalta. If you observe the kalimat, the words, allati tahtaha khat, the words that is underlined, the words that are underlined. So this word, ab'ad, akbar wa akbar. Wajadtaha asma. So you will find that these are nouns. These are asma. Dalat ala anna shay'aini, asma, that tells us that there are two things. Shay'aini bermakna there are two things, two objects, ishtaraka, they are similar in a sifa, in an attribute. So for example, the word Bait Osman and Bait Khalid, they are similar in terms of this attribute, which is ba'id. So both are ba'id. Walakin, but ahadahuma, one of them, zada alal akhari fiha. One of them is more. Zada ala here means the other. One is more than the other. One is more than the other in that attribute. One is far, the other is farther. So that is what they actually want to say. So since they want to compare between two objects, watusamma hatainil kalimatani. Please correct this. Hatani al-kalimatani. So these two nouns, these two words, hatanil kalimataini, they are called ismut tafdil. So this is just to explain the meaning of isim tafdil. Okay. What is important is not the explanation. What is important is how do you form the isim tafdil. So we look at the qaida. So qaida is, this is also similar to what they explained here. We can just go through very quickly. Ismut tafdil, what is ismut tafdil? It is isim, it is a noun. Yu'khazu min al-fi'li, which is taken from a verb. Which is taken from a verb. But unfortunately, you don't see any verb here. So the verb here is actually the word, all this adjective, all this ba'in, actually there is a verb for it. Okay, there is a verb for it. That is why they call it, it is taken from a verb. So for example, the word ba'id, so this is an adjective. The verb for the word ba'id is ba'uda, far. But even though it is a verb, the meaning is the meaning of an adjective, sifat. So for example, you can say ba'udal baitu, the bait is far. It is similar to say al baitu ba'idun. Okay, so this is what they mean here. It is taken from a verb. So it actually there is a verb. Okay, just that we don't see the verb in the sentence. But this is not that important. وَيَدُلُّ عَلَىٰ أَنَّ شَيْئَيْنِ اشْتَرَكَا فِي صِفَةٍ وَاحِدَةٍ إِلَّا أَنَّ أَحَدَهُمَا زَادَ عَلَى الْآخَرِ. This is similar. This is similar to what we have seen here. So no need to explain anymore. So they are having similarity in terms of the attribute, but one is more than the other. What is important is this one. وَيَكُونُ, this is important. وَيَكُونُ عَلَى وَزْنِ أَفْعَلُ. So it is, yakunu, it is using this wazan. Af'alu. Af'alu. So what you need to do is, you just change from the sifa, from the adjective, to this wazan. Af'alu. So for example, the word ba'id. The word ba'id. So here you have ba, ain, ya, dal. We need to find out what is the root word. Okay, what are the root letters for this ba, ain, dal? So to know what is the root word, of course you have to refer to the dictionary. You find a verb. You find a verb which has similar meaning to the word ba'id. So the verb from the dictionary, the verb is this. Ba'uda. So this tells us that ba'id, the origin of the word ba'id is ba'uda, where ba, ain, and dal are the original huruf. So once you know that this is the original huruf, we can change this to this wazan, af'alu. So what do you do? As usual, you pair the fa, the ain, and the lam to the original huruf. Ba, ain, and also dal, similar to what we have done in the previous lessons. And then what else? The additional letter. Here we have alif as the additional letter. So we add the same letter, alif. And then you follow the vowels, aba'adu. So now you get the isim tafdil. So this is what we call the isim tafdil. We look at the word akbaru, kabir. How do we get that akbaru? Okay, another word. Kabir. Kaf, ba, ya, ra. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Is the word kabirun. Kabir. That is the adjective you want to say big. But as we have seen just now, there is a verb. So this adjective, there is a verb for it. So what is the verb? The verb is always 3 letters. So if you refer to the dictionary, you will find this word. Kaf, ba, and ra. You will find this word. Kaf, ba, ra. And this is how you read it. Kabura. I mean, the meaning is also big. Big. But it is a verb. Okay. So since this is the root word, we change this to af'al. We change this to af'al. So again, as usual, fa, ain, lam is the root word, kaf, ba, and also ra. And we add the alif. So how do you read the word? Af'alu. Here it becomes akbaru. So now we have the isim at-tafdil. So this is the same word that we say in Allahu Akbar. Allah is the greatest, the greatest. So that is the isim tafdil. Okay, so this is how we get isim tafdil. Now, for isim tafdil, as we have seen in the jumla, in the sentences, you use the same pattern for comparative and superlative. The difference is that in comparative, you need to add min. Okay, but in superlative, you do not need the word min, but you need to change the word after the word ab'adu to jama. So just like the last sentence, Baitu Umar ab'adul buyut. It is the fathers of these houses. Naam. Okay, so that is the isim tafdil. Any question before we go for the tadribat? Okay, so that not that difficult, this topic.